Imagine someone suddenly asks you, "Tell me about yourself." You know exactly who you are, but suddenly you can't find the right English words. I'm Lily, and today we're going to solve that problem once and for all.
And I'm Alex. Welcome to the English Time YT. Today we'll show you exactly how to talk about yourself step by step in simple, natural English.
So, let's begin. Okay, Alex, let's start with the easiest part. Imagine we've just met for the first time. What might I ask you?
You might ask, "What's your name?"
Exactly. And how would you answer?
My name is Alex.
Good. But in a natural conversation, you can make it even simpler by saying, "Hi, I'm Alex."
Hi, I'm Alex.
Perfect. And when you're meeting someone for the first time, you can add, "It's nice to meet you."
It's nice to meet you. So I can say, "Hi, I'm Alex. It's nice to meet you."
Great. That's a simple opening. But Alex, after I learn your name, I might ask you, "Where are you from?" How would you answer?
I will say, "I'm from New York."
Perfect. You can also give a little more information. For example, "I'm from New York, but I live in Chicago now."
I'm from New York, but I live in Chicago now.
Excellent. And notice the difference. "I'm from" tells someone where you come from, and "I live in" tells them where you live now.
Exactly. That's a very natural way to give both pieces of information. But what if I want to tell someone where I grew up?
You can say, "I grew up in Los Angeles."
I grew up in Los Angeles.
Perfect. And now the other person has several things they can ask you about. They might say, "Oh, really? How long have you lived in Chicago?"
So one simple answer can actually start a longer conversation.
Exactly. That's what we want. We don't want your introduction to sound like a list. We want it to open the door to a conversation.
Okay, Lily. After we've talked about where we're from, what would someone usually ask next?
They might ask, "What do you do?"
That means they're asking about my job?
Usually, yes. If you're working, you can say, "I work as a teacher."
I work as a teacher.
Good. Or you can talk about the place where you work. For example, "I work for a technology company."
I work for a technology company.
Exactly. But what if you're a student?
Then I can say, I'm a university student.
Yes. And you can add your field of study.
I'm a university student and I study physics.
Excellent. That's much more interesting than simply saying, "I'm a student."
Because now you can ask me, why did you choose physics?
Exactly. And now you have another topic to talk about. Now let's make the introduction more personal. Alex, imagine I already know your name, where you're from, and what you do. I might ask, "What do you like to do in your free time?"
I'd say, I enjoy watching movies and listening to music.
Very good. You can also mention one specific hobby. For example, "I enjoy exploring new places in my free time."
I enjoy exploring new places in my free time.
Perfect. Or, "I like playing basketball with my friends."
I like playing basketball with my friends.
Excellent. But remember, you don't have to list everything you enjoy. Choose one or two things and add a little detail.
So instead of saying, I like movies, music, sports, books, cooking, I could say, I enjoy watching movies, especially comedies.
Exactly. That sounds more natural, and it gives the other person something to respond to.
Lily, what if someone asks me something related to my personality? For example, what are you like?
Then you can describe your personality. For example, "I'm a friendly and easygoing person."
I'm a friendly and easygoing person.
Good. Or you can explain how you behave when meeting new people. For example, "I'm usually quiet at first, but I become more talkative when I get comfortable."
That's a longer sentence.
Yes, but we'll take it slowly.
I'm usually quiet at first,
Good.
but I become more talkative when I get comfortable.
Excellent. You don't have to use a sentence this long every time. Even something simple, like, I'm friendly and easygoing, can tell people a lot about you.
Okay, Lily.
Now, let's talk about your goals. Alex, what are you working toward these days?
I could say, I'm working on improving my English.
Excellent. That's a very useful sentence.
Yes, anyone can use it. I'm working on improving my English.
And if you want to talk about something you'd like to do in the future, you can say, I'd like to travel more in the future.
I'd like to travel more in the future.
Perfect. Or, my goal is to become more confident when I speak English.
My goal is to become more confident when I speak English.
Excellent. Now your introduction is becoming much more complete. You've talked about your name, where you're from, where you live, your work or studies, your interests, your personality, and your goals.
Lily, I think I'm ready to try the complete introduction.
Are you sure?
I'm ready.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Alex. It's nice to meet you. I'm from New York, but I live in Chicago now. I grew up in New York, and I've always loved living in a big city. I'm a university student, and I study physics. In my free time, I enjoy watching movies and listening to music. I also like exploring new places, especially when I have time on the weekend. I'm a friendly and easygoing person. I'm usually quiet at first, but I become more talkative when I get comfortable. Right now, I'm working on improving my English. I'd also like to travel more in the future.
Wow, that was a complete introduction. And notice, you didn't use complicated English. You simply connected several simple ideas.
Exactly. And you can change the details to make the introduction your own.
Now, let's see how the same English works in a more formal situation. Imagine Alex has just joined a new company, and he's meeting a colleague for the first time. I'll be the colleague.
Okay, let's do it.
Hi, I'm Lily. I don't think we've met before.
Hi, I'm Alex. It's nice to meet you. I recently joined the company.
Nice to meet you too, Alex. What do you do here?
I work in the marketing department. I'm mainly responsible for content and social media.
Oh, that's interesting. How long have you been working here?
I've just started, so it's actually my first week.
Oh, welcome. How are you finding it so far?
I'm enjoying it. Everyone has been very helpful.
Perfect. Notice that Alex didn't give his entire life story. He shared information that's relevant to the workplace. That's what makes an introduction feel natural.
Okay, Lily. Now let's make things more relaxed. Imagine we're at an event, and we meet someone we've never spoken to before.
Perfect. Let's try it.
Hi, I'm Alex. I don't think we've met before.
Hi, I'm Lily. Nice to meet you. Are you here with friends?
Actually, no. I came here by myself. How about you?
I'm here with a couple of friends. It's my first time at this event.
Really? What made you come here?
I'm interested in meeting new people and learning about new things. What about you?
Same here. I enjoy meeting people, especially when we can talk about different interests.
That's a great way to keep a conversation going. You answered the question, and then you asked one back.
Exactly. An introduction isn't a speech you have to memorize. It's the beginning of a conversation.
So today, we built your introduction step by step. Start with your name. Then talk about where you're from and where you live. Then share your work or studies, your interests, your personality, and finally, your goals or future plans.
And remember, you don't have to use every part every time. At work, keep it professional and relevant. At a casual event, you can be more relaxed and personal.
The more you practice these sentences, the easier it becomes to introduce yourself naturally. And if you enjoyed today's slow English speaking practice, subscribe to the English Time YT and keep practicing with us.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and we'll see you in the next lesson.
Bye, everyone.